Sudan is extended distances, faraway borders, a number of tribes and cultural diversities. The productive areas are too far from the river and seaports. It is a continental country. In 1897 was an actual transformational starting of the modern Sudan history and real transference to the country that was trying to formulate its establishing and developing and build parts connecting the people and the land. Railways line was introduced to the country for the first time to serve the purposes of the British colony to extend southward the Nile Valley. Halfa town witnessed the first railway line, which was reached to the Sars, then inch by inch to Karima and Port Sudan via Atbara to Khartoum, in addition to the main line links to the port in Port Sudan via Kassala and western to Ubaid and Niala in 1959. A new era of work and offer was started, and trains were moved on through the country to enhance the ties of connections and unity among the people of the country, and distributing the development and construction, as well as conveying the knowledge and education to all country. The railway line was extended again to Al-Mujlad Abu Jabra line with length of 52 kilometers was added, and then refinery lines which links Al Ubaid station was added in 1996 with the length of 10 kilometers, as well as Khartoum refinery line which was completed in July 2000 with 12 kilometers, and Albany station line with the length of 16 kilometers in the year 2002. There are a number of factors helped the railway line to be the pioneer national transport rather than the other transformational axes, so the railway lines up to now have contributed in a number of important vital projects. Through different times, the performance has fluctuated between giving up and revival. Since its start, it was transforming more than 80% of the country's imports and exports, as well as more than 90% in the service of passengers. Unfortunately, the negligence was started by lowering the average of passengers and cargo transporting services that reached its minimum rate in 1991. An emergency plan was made to stop the deterioration of the railway in 1991. Between 1997 and 2004, the performers of the corporation began to retreat for the misapplication of the complementary comprehensive plan of the emergency projects because of the economical siege and stoppage of the flow of the American trucks spare parts, which is forming 70% of railway trucks, as well as the difficult security circumstances that faced the country and hindered the rehabilitation plan, such as shortage of scarcity of basic recovery in spite of difficulties and problems that intersect the development and progress and the railway. The High Administration of the Railway Corporation has clearly announced the great drumbeat to improve the environment of the main lines, increasing the speeds, decreasing car rotation, and maintaining the tracks. This drumbeat has accomplished the recovery which began very clear in this important vital utility. This accomplishment by the help of God and workers' efforts. The signal system assure the safety and security principles. Currently, the mechanical signals being used as well as the reflected strips on the station of the main line, but modern communication system corporation represents the control devices, tablets, antennas for a short-range wireless devices, fiber cables and fax net to update the rapid global development in transportation field, and the corporation offices were connected with internet. Such a division has been made for the sake of the innovating the railway and increasing its competing efficiency to meet the needs of the development, especially in the terms of passengers transport, where speed and accommodation are among its more important traits. Moreover, to decrease the cost of transport in both transporting and drawing forces, the corporation has undertaken a future plan to construct a new lines with global expansion instead of old ones. According to the study of a 20 ideal future plan has been laid down, which includes the comprehensive vision for the strategic objectives of the corporation. This plan is divided into 3 stages. They are emergency plan, surviving plan, and expanding plan, in spite of the deficit in the funds allocated to it in order to give it its fruits, as it was planned for. The living plan has actually started. On the other hand, through the efforts exerted by the Ministry of Finance and Railway Corporation, many accomplishments have been performed where the lines were maintained. Moreover, the future plan for developing the railway section includes, in its middle-term range, working on the complete rehabilitation for the whole railways, linking all the capitals of the states with the railway net, which includes all the capitals of Darfur, big cities, providing drawing and transporting force of high pull powers and big loading to achieve the railway advantages regarding the reduction of cost when the corporation is engaged in performing a big transporting for long distance journey. Regarding the long-term range, the plan includes constructing the lines of railway between Sudan and its neighboring states, when the President of the Republic, Omar al-Bashir, has called the organizations of the Islamic Conference held in Dakar 2008 for linking post-Sudan through a continental project that links 13 African countries. Also, the plan is engaged in moving Grand Express trains for passengers, provided with all accommodation in all the corporation's departments. In the field of passenger transport, the corporation has rehabilitated several carriers and moving them daily from Atbara to Khartoum and vice versa. Nile specialized besides its moving passengers train twice a week to Niala As-Salam train as service for the citizens and contribution to decrease the rising amount of accidents on the expressway. On the other hand, the corporation is planning to introduce the service of passengers units in the short distance among the towns of the high-intensive population. The railway development is going ahead to include all the regions of Sudan and its neighboring countries, carrying on its lines the tools of progress and the shortened distance of meeting in unity and peaceful manner throughout the country.